Buckle up because I'm about to talk about the Department of Education. Dismantling the Department of Education would be catastrophic. All schools will be facing massive budget cuts, especially in states that rely heavily on federal funding, which are mostly red states. For example, nearly 50% of Mississippi's school funding comes from the federal government, and they're still ranked 45th in education because curriculum is set at the state level and has nothing to do with the National Department of Education. They currently have the funding due to the socioeconomics of their families, but the part that is left up to the states to decide decimates their quality of education. So now there will be even fewer teachers, fewer resources, and fewer programs that help students thrive. Schools are going to struggle to even function. But the impact goes beyond funding. The Department of Education enforces laws like the Individual with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA, which guarantees that students with disabilities receive individualized education plans known as IEPs and the support they need. So the National Department of Education is why a student who, for instance, has muscular dystrophy has protections to access a wheelchair accessible school and receive the accommodations that allow them to learn alongside their peers. There will be no requirement for that if a state chooses not to, because there will be no national standard for a free and equal education. Oh, but the states will figure that out. In the 2021-2022 school year, there were 19,741 due process complaints filed nationwide related to special education services under IDEA. Many of these complaints involve disputes over IEPs, such as failures to provide appropriate services or accommodations or placements for students with disabilities. The only thing protecting those nearly 20,000 children was the National Department of Education. 20,000 complaints of it not getting done when there is a national standard. Think of what that number will be when there isn't one. Oh, well, we didn't even have a Department of Education before 1979. Right. And children with disabilities, whether physical or learning, were often excluded from public schools or labeled as unintelligent or sent to special schools that were underfunded and provided a crappy education. This is not just about budgets. It's about ensuring that every child has a fair shot at success. Cutting the Department of Education would do harm that will take decades to fix.